Good morning, everybody. How we all doing? Saturday, April 14th. This is Serge Bogosian, FHT Sports, with my daily morning playoff wrap-up. Last night was an interesting night. We had 3 games on the schedule. We like it when there's more than 3. The first round is really exciting because there's so many more games going on. As the playoffs go on, obviously there's going to be less games and less teams, but 5 games a night like today, there's 5 games today. It's exciting. There's a lot of action to watch. Every game is televised, and you know the battery on your channel clicker is getting a lot of work out. First game we're going to cover: the Flyers and the Penguins. The Penguins in the first game came off a 7-0 win, and then everybody thought the Penguins are going to roll. Penguins are going to, sweep the Flyers in 4. That did not happen, ladies and gentlemen. The Philadelphia Flyers came back, turned the tables on the Penguins. The Battle of Pennsylvania. The Flyers win it 5-1. This is the playoffs. You think, how does that happen? Well, it happened. The coach of the Flyers, Hextall, did not panic. A lot of teams after 7-0 drubbing, they're going to change their lineup, change their goalie. Elliott didn't have a good game in the first game, but Elliott did really well last night. Brian Elliott with 34 saves. The Flyers get scoring, a well-balanced scoring by Gostisbehere, Couturier, Konechny, Patrick, and McDonald. Couturier had 2 assists on the night as well to go along with his goal. So we're tied. The defending champions lose one at home. We're going to go back to Philly for Game 3, tied at 1. It was a good one. It was a good game to watch if you're a Flyer fan. Not so good you're a Penguin fan. Penguins they had a lot of chances, frustrated. At the end of the second period, Crosby was really upset, banged the stick on the crossbar, broke it, and you can see the frustration. Again, we were maybe a little off on this one. Maybe this series goes a little longer, but unfortunately, we still see the Penguins coming out of this, but the Flyers said, not so quick. We're still in this. The next game, Winnipeg Jets and the Minnesota Wild. If you watch my preview, I had the upset of the playoffs as Minnesota coming out of this series against Winnipeg. If the first 2 games are any indication, it doesn't look like it's going to happen, especially last night. Not only did Winnipeg win 4-1, they totally dominated this game, 44 shots to 17. What can you say? They got balanced scoring. Myers, Stastny, Kopp, Laine. They totally dominated this game. Byfuglien had a phenomenal game. Byfuglien and Myers in the back end, the big twin leg. How do you go against that? The Twin Towers on the back end. Great goalie, Hellebuyck. It wasn't tested too much yesterday. Did give up a late goal to break the shutout on the last minute or so. But the Jets and their fans, you got to give them credit. They are amazing. Loud. The whiteout is prominent. Even though I'm not a big fan of the whiteout when the opposition, we talked about this, is wearing white, but those fans are, I would say so far, the 2 loudest, well obviously the 3 loudest fans are, in no particular order, Winnipeg, Nashville, and the next game we're going to talk about, the surprise, the Las Vegas Golden Knights. So Winnipeg Jets 4, Minnesota Wild 1. Minnesota, is going to go home, and they're going to have to figure out how they're going to stop this team. So many weapons up front, so many weapons on the back end. This is not just the one-man show. This is not just Patrick Laine, boom, boom, boom. They got a well-balanced Scheifele and Stastny, and they just got a great team and great defense and a great goalie. So 2-0. Series not over, obviously, yet. Anything can happen. Minnesota can win their home games as well, and you never know what's going to happen. However, of all the teams I watched so far, Winnipeg has looked the best, and that's pretty impressive. The final game of the night was an interesting, very close, and a battle, and it was a long game. And if you're on the East Coast, I don't know if you stood up, if you stayed up to watch the whole thing, because it was probably over by around 2:30 in the morning. Even it was late for us in the West Coast. It ended at around 11:30. The Las Vegas Golden Knights, Los Angeles Kings, back and forth, very close, tight scoring game. Vegas got on the board earlier. Vegas got on the board first, Alex Tuch, and then the Kings tied it. Paul LaDue, 1-1. and then we're going into the into overtime. Did not settle it. We went into the double overtime, and Vegas scores in double overtime, and they win this game 2-1. I have not been. Okay, I don't want to say I haven't been a fan of Vegas. I'm still surprised. They surprise me every single time. I'm like, when they first got off to their start, I thought this is not going to last. I was wrong. When they, I didn't think they were going to make the playoffs. I was wrong. I did not think they were going to be the number one team in the division. I was wrong. And I watched this game last night. It was a 2-1 double overtime game. However, it wasn't close. The Golden Knights dominated this game, 56 shots to 30, okay? 56 shots to 30. So Jonathan Quick, who we talked about again, one of the best goalies in the league, one of the best goalies in the playoffs right now. If it wasn't for him, this game is not going to overtime. This game is not going to overtime. He just played one of the top goalie performances I have seen this year. I have seen in a long time. Fleury had a good game on the other end as well, but Jonathan Quick put on a clinic. It's just pretty to watch. What a game he did have. If the Kings are going to win this series, they got to step up. Their big boys need to score. Dustin Brown, Jeff Carter, and Anze. What's going on, Anze? You need to put some pucks in the net. Obviously, they missed Drew Doughty, who serving the suspension. He'll be back next game. Yeah, it was tough. So it was not the Kings' night, but again, the Kings' night, no pun intended. Yeah, it was 2-0 Vegas now, going to LA for Game 3. It's not over, obviously. Both games have been 1-goal games, very close games, but Vegas, can it happen? Can the Golden Knights win the Stanley Cup? Is this a possibility? What sort of world are we living in? However, it's not that far-fetched. They look good. Their fans are behind them. They play a great possession, speed, attacking game with a pedigree of a Stanley Cup winning goalie in the net. So that's going to wrap up the night. I'm just going to touch on the one other story out of it last night was Nazem Kadri. As you guys know, I'm a huge Leafs fan, and Kadri did get suspended for 3 games. Do we think it's fair? Some of you may think it's fair. Some of you may think he should have got more. Some of you may think he shouldn't have got any games. Doughty getting a game for a very questionable hit. I didn't think he should have got a game. And I don't know if Kadri deserved 3 games, especially in the playoffs. 3 games in the playoffs is a lot. He's a big part of the Leafs offense, and the Leafs are going to miss him tonight. But yeah, give me your comments. Tell me what you think. That is my wrap-up for Saturday, April the 14th. 5 playoff games. We're going to be uploading this video shortly. The games are going to begin soon, 12 o'clock Pacific. We got a couple of games and 5 total games all together today and tonight. Make sure you follow us. Make sure you click that thumbs up button. Tell me what you're thinking. Tell me how your team is doing. I want to hear from every single one of you. We're working on these vlogs every day. We're gonna be trying a few things. We're gonna put some editing in here. We're gonna put some music. We're gonna make this vlog fun and exciting as the playoffs go on. Thank you. I hope you've enjoyed this, and make sure you're back tomorrow morning, because I'll be back talking about everything else. Oh, by the way, the playoff beard is going to go if the Leafs don't win tonight. If the Leafs win tonight, we're gonna keep the playoff beard going. But if the Leafs lose, in addition to crying, we will be, taking the beard off tomorrow. Thank you for watching. Follow, subscribe, like. Have a great day. Go Leafs, go.